Let me show you a system you can use to get unlimited LinkedIn leads. And if you don't already know, you can get so many leads off of LinkedIn that you can pitch your business to. And a lot of those LinkedIn leads are like high ticket leads. And you already know that if you can get them, you're getting some cool money. Of course, you have to be good at your audience and you have to, know what you do. But if you are very good at your work and your service, then LinkedIn is the best place to be to get professional, to get a good money and, sell your high ticket services. So let's just go right into it. So for this, we're going to use make.com. So you can sign up on make.com for free. Once you sign up, just simply come here and click on create scenario. And the first thing that we want to do is create our spreadsheet. So we want to create our spreadsheet that is going to hold all of these leads for us. So we are going to go to Google Sheets here. And then what we want to do is come down and do create a spreadsheet. So my connection here is already established. If yours isn't, just click on add here. It will redirect you to sign into your Google, your Google, what's it called? It will redirect you to sign into your Google, right? So you will sign into your Google and the connection will automatically be established. So what we want to do here is go ahead and create our spreadsheet name. So say we want to search for coaches in LA. Of course, it has to be like something more, I don't know. But let's just say we are searching for coaches in LA and then we add that sheet and our sheet is going to be sheet 1. So we save this and then we save this. The next thing that we are going to do is use a scraper, and this scraper is inside something called Apify. So Apify offers you, I would say, free or almost like affordable access to these scrapers that you can use, right? So what you have to do is just add your Apify. So we do Apify here and we want to run an actor. So this is my own Apify dashboard. It's loading. So ideally, you have to sign up on your Apify, and once you sign up, you're going to get $5 like I have in mine here now. So I have these $5 that they say is going to be set by Mesa 11, but I have this $5 that they give me, and that $5 can do at least 1,000 leads for me. So what you would have to do is come to actors here and ideally search for these actors. This is the one I used, this one. Sorry, not this one, this one. This is what I use to search for the profiles. So just search for this, right, and then make any changes that you want to make in here and save it. Right, once you save it and you go back into your setup, you're going to see it as one of your recently used actors here. So like in my own case, this is it. So you just choose that. If you do not pick it up and save it or make some edits on it, you're just going to see the list of all the actors that Abify has, and it might be a struggle for you to find which one works for you, because like you can see here, they have a bunch of other ones that can still do the job. So you have to go into Abify itself and test and check the one that will be good for you, the one that you want, right? So then you can go into your setup and use it. So that way it just saves you time and stress. And every time you use any of those actions, you are losing some cents from the $5 that they give you. So if you are trying to do it for free, you will have to try to manage your money as much as you can. So that's why you just go in there, find the one that works for you and the one that is even free for you to use in within your $5, so that you can use that and not have to burn through all so much money using it directly from here before you finally find the one that works for you. Or you can just use this one right here. So what it's going to do is find your scraper mode and your max items and your stats page. So what it did not include here was the search query. So how are we going to get that search query? If we come in here, you're going to see the way this one works. This scraper mode is what you see here. This maximum number of items is what you see here. And then the stats page, and then the regular stats page is what you see here. It will start from 1. So what we don't have is this, so that we can put in the search term that we are looking for. So how do we get it? We simply click here and you see this is the JSON field. If you are trying to put it into your system like it is here, we are trying to put it in this JSON. So that's the JSON field that you want to have. So you just add it here. So of course you're going to put it in braces like so. I like to organize mine. Yeah. So column, just follow the way it's written here. So your search term now is going to be say coaches in LA. So whatever you are always searching for, you put it here and then you close the bracket as such. So the maximum return item, because I'm not really going to run this through, I'm going to keep it as 1, because like you already know I'm trying to manage the dollars that I have. So I'm trying to manage the free sense that I have. So I put my max items to 1, so that means it's just going to return 1 for me if I run this. But of course, yours can be higher than this. You can do 20, you can do 30, whatever you prefer. So my start page is going to be 1, and then I want this to run synchronously, right? Synchronously. What that means is that if it does not finish running and generating what I want, because if I'm trying to generate 20, right, it might take a longer time, right? So sometimes if the system could still be working, running back in while Apify on this your dashboard has already completed its run. So that's why you need to run synchronously. That means it has to wait until it finishes its execution before it moves to the next step. So that's why we want it to run like that. Yeah. So we do yes here, and then we save this, and we save this. So the next thing that we want to do, once it runs and executes properly, what happens is that it goes ahead to create a data set for you. So if you come into your Apify and then you go to your storage here, you're going to see all of these data sets. This is all it has created from all the previous runs that I've done. So if you make this run, it's going to create that data set for you. So you need to be able to go in and grab that data set. So basically that's what you're going to do. We're going to add another Apify module that will get dataset items. So what we are just going to provide for it is the dataset ID. So we get that from our storage. Your dataset ID can come in from there, and then you leave the limit as it is, and then you save this. Always remember to save. So the next thing that you want to do, okay, let's just run this and see what you're going to get by the way. Oh, so what is it saying now? So the JSON has an invalid input. So what's that invalid input there? And what I missed was this comma. So you have to put comma. If you don't put comma, it's not going to work. So alternatively, you can just change this to always return the title here. So whatever that title is what is going to be running in here. If your title is always going to be the search field, so coaches in LA, coaches in Argentina, if that's always going to be your title, then you can always make it search for the title of your spreadsheet. But if that's not going to be always be the case, you can just type in the search query there, and always remember to put this comma. If you don't put this comma, it's going to add error like you just did. So you're going to save this now, and then always save this, and then run this again. Yeah, so it's running now. Okay, so the parameter here is wrong, so let's find what it is looking for. Yeah, so I couldn't find the storage ID unless I run it. That's why I decided to run it. So now you're going to find the storage ID here, and what you're looking for is this data set. So you just put this right here. I want to copy this so I can run it again, and then you save this, and then you save this. So I don't want to run that set again because I'm burning money. So what I want to do is run only that data set so that I can get the data back and see what I'm getting. So I want to run only this. So I run this module only, and then I save this, and then I run it. Okay, so this is the bundle it gives me. So for my email, it returns empty. That means that the LinkedIn profile does not have the LinkedIn profile that I'm looking at doesn't have an email. That's just definitely what it means. If it were to have an email, it could have returned the email. But just to be extra sure that it actually means that we did not have an email, we are going to run another actor that looks for emails on LinkedIn profiles. So what we're going to do is connect Apify again. So we are going to run an actor. And this time we're going to look for the email finder. This is what we're going to be using. So wait, let me be sure, because I think I have to access data when I was testing. So let me be sure of the one that gives me what I want to. So I come in here, it's actually this one. So that's the one I will be choosing. This email, LinkedIn email finder, verify emails at scale by this blitz ZP whatever. So what you're going to do is it's going to give you the space to put in the URL, but in this case the URL is going to keep on changing, so we are not going to allow this stay in there. What we are going to do is put in this URL here, because our URL is always going to be changing. So we save this, and we save this. So let me try to get the URL so that I can run with that URL. So I do this, and then I run only this module, and then I do this, and it returned something for me. So So now that it has created that data set with all of the data that we needed, we are just going to get the data set again. So we go to Amplify, and then we come here and then we get data set. So of course the data set this time is going to come from the previous run that we just have, and then this is going to be our, and then we save this, and then we save this. So the next thing that we're going to do is create all of these lists that we have gathered in, that we have scraped in our spreadsheet that we just created. So we're going to come in here and we're going to add a row. So we want to add a row here. So of course we're going to enter this manually. So our spreadsheet ID is going to come from what we already created, which is this. And then our spreadsheet name is going to be the sheet 1 that we created. And then the column range, if you prefer, we just leave this as it is. And then we begin to fill the forms. And we can call these, the first one could be the person's name. So from the first get data set, we are going to have the person's first name and the person's last name. And then we can leave the email for this one. Oh, I haven't gotten this. Once I get that, I should have, the email to fill in there. So the next thing that we can have can be, I don't know, the person's URL, the LinkedIn URL itself, and just tag it to any fields that you think you need. If you need the person's location as well, you would see the location here. Sorry, you see the country code here. If you want to see the the location here, and that's what you prefer, and then the country here. You want to see the languages the person speaks, you can see it here. Sorry, I think I picked the wrong thing. So the country, you can see it here. So you can just pick up a bunch of the data that you need about them, the education, anything that you need about them that is going to help you craft a good message that you're going to send to them. You can as well just pick it up from this scraping and add it into your spreadsheet, and then you save it, and then you save it. And with that, you're done. So with this, you can scrape unlimited leads from LinkedIn and add them into your spreadsheet with all of the details that you need about them, so that you can go ahead and reach out to them. So let's run this one so that you can see. So it's currently running the first actor that scrapes the LinkedIn profiles for us. Okay. Oh, I think one thing that I did, this one running so fast, yeah. So it's not going to get the data that I need because I didn't make this run synchronously. So this one right here is not going to get me what I want. Yeah, so you see, it didn't return anything because it didn't even finish creating it. But it has gone ahead to create my. So one thing that you must always remember to do is make sure that your actors run synchronously, else they might not, they might not finish running. That way, if they don't finish running, that means they cannot get you they cannot create your data set, and you will not be able to get your data set in the next step. So if I go into my, I should see this now. If I go into my, if I go into my drive, no, if I go into my drive now. So yeah, these are the things that I've just created. Yeah, so this is it. So you see it has created the person's name, their LinkedIn profile, their country, their location, their specific location. I was looking for coaches in LA, so it picks it up for me. So it picks up all the languages that they speak and all of that. So yeah. So yeah, with a system like this, you can use this to scrape as much lead as you want from your LinkedIn, and then from LinkedIn and go ahead and reach out to them with your offer. You can of course convert these leads to become paying clients. Of course, there can be more steps to this, like verifying them, asking, including integrating AI into this, so that AI can, do the qualification, find out if they're a perfect fit for your service, and then grade them. And also, from the knowledge it has about them, create like a one opening line about them and all of that. It could be, you can also extend to those things, but on the basics, this would really help you, find leads that you can reach out to. So you will never have to run out of leads. So I don't want to hear, oh, I don't know where to get leads. I don't know. Yeah, use this to get leads for free. You are going to be getting $5 once you sign up, and that $5 can get you as high as like 1,000 leads that you can start with. So please, use this to get leads. So that's a wrap for us today. And if you find this video useful, please subscribe to this channel, drop a comment, and share and like. And if you know a business owner that would find this setup very, very useful, please share this video with them. And with that being said, I will see you in my next one.